Okay, the spring home buying season is well underway.
Whether you're in the market to buy or sell, station host Erica Olson takes us to a real estate expert who offers tips to make the process go a little bit smoother.
Good morning. Whether you're buying or selling a home, there's always a chance that something can interfere with a transaction. So joining me to talk about some possible pitfalls and how to avoid them is real estate expert Damon Lyons. Damon, it's great to have you here. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So before we talk about those pitfalls, let's go over the real estate market in general. When news breaks on a national level about the real estate market, how much of that affects local?
Well, real estate is very local business, right? So we do hear the national stats all the time, and sometimes they get concerning, but we've really got to filter it down. We've got to look at our local market, and not just Southern California, but the counties, the cities, they all move at different paces. So we've got to be careful what we're listening to make sure we get the right information.
Speaking of different paces, real estate timelines, it seems, can rarely go exactly to plan.
Yeah.
So when a seller needs to make a sudden change, like they need to move up a closing date immediately, how does your company handle that versus a traditional buyer?
So I'll start with a traditional sale. On a traditional sale, you decide to sell your house, and you pick an agent that can help you with that sale. And right now in Southern California, on average, that's taking about 100 days before a buyer comes in. Mm-hmm. Once the buyer comes in and you accept a contract, there's usually 30 to 60 days before that closing happens. So there you are, almost 6 months in from the time you decide to sell to when you actually sell. With our company, we really tried to focus on making it an easy process for the home seller. So the home seller gets to decide exactly what they want. If they want to close in a week, we can do that.
Great.
If they want to close in 2 months, we can do that as well. So we really put them in the driver's seat.
I love that flexibility. We're living in a time where we have to be careful about who we're doing business with. And so for a homeowner who might be nervous about an all-cash offer, what do you do to ensure that that transaction is secure?
Yeah, so an all-cash offer, some people are confused. They think it's actually paper money.
Sure.
So what we're doing is we're wiring cash, meaning we're not getting a loan from a bank, which means we don't have to go through the appraisal process and the home inspection process. So it just makes it a much easier transaction. And we do that through one of the largest title companies in the nation. So that makes sure that the seller's protected, it makes sure our money's protected, and everybody gets exactly what they're looking for in that home sale process.
That's great. So for anybody who's interested in learning a little bit more about what we've talked today, because I feel like we've just scratched the surface, where should they go for more information about that and your company?
Yeah, if they go to sellersadvantage.com, we've got a frequently asked questions page so they can get questions maybe they're thinking about. There's also a phone number on there. We encourage everybody, reach out, talk to us, ask us questions, see if we're the right fit.
It's always great to have you here, Damon. Thanks for your expertise.
Thank you so much. Always great.
For the Morning Mix, I'm Erica Olson. We'll send it back to you.